Hi, I'm Ezra Dyer with Car and Driver, and this big lug here is the 2023 Ford F-150 Raptor R. Now, what makes it an R? It's what's under the hood, which is a 5.2 liter, 700 horsepower supercharged V8.
Oh my God, you're right.
This is the part I always struggle with on camera too, is opening a hood. Oh, look at that. EcoBoost F-150, 450 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque, not too shabby. This one, 700 horsepower, 640 pound-feet of torque. And if that looks a lot like the Shelby GT500 engine, it's because it is. It's tuned for truck duty here, so horsepower is down, torque is up. It's got a different pulley on the supercharger, so it fills in the torque at a lower RPM, and it's not as peaky. The horsepower peak moves down as well. If you wanted to make it 750 horsepower, it probably wouldn't be that hard, but it feels pretty punchy as it is. Now, a lot of people said, well, 700, why not make it 708? It's because they're not playing that game, that's why. Ford doesn't care if it's 708, it's 700. Other than the pulley, there were a few things that had to change for Raptor duty. For instance, this high-mounted air intake right here, they noticed that this was pulling air so hard that it was collapsing the intake. So they added these reinforcement pillars right here and this bracketing that makes it stiffer, because it's pulling through a straw. It was collapsing this whole thing. That's how much air this is pulling. The R is only available with the 37-inch tire package. So it has slightly less suspension travel up front than an EcoBoost with the 35s. So that's a trade-off. More ground clearance, you can drive over bigger things, a little bit less suspension travel. They do admit also that one reason they went with the larger tires on this is because it looks cool. Now, if you see one of these on the street, how are you going to know you're looking at the R? Well, there's that. It's a 1,000,008, and then a giant R on the Raptor. Or you could listen to it. This being a Raptor, there are a ton of different drive modes. You've got 2 high, 4 high, 4 auto, where you can drive on dry pavement with 4-wheel drive, which is nice when you've got 700 horsepower. And of course 4 low. You can also independently lock the rear diff. Then you go through these drive modes: sport, normal, off-road. You can also independently adjust on the steering wheel steering feel, the suspension stiffness from the Fox live valve suspension, and the exhaust sound. Quiet, normal, sport, and what we're in now, Baja. Baja leaves it in 4 high, but you can also go back into 2-wheel drive while staying in Baja mode to give you that crazy throttle response if you want to go roost some dunes. Now, you might be asking, how much is this going to cost me above and beyond the cost of an EcoBoost Raptor? Well, I don't know that off the top of my head, so let's put that right here. So that's what the Raptor R costs, and obviously that's more. It's more than the EcoBoost, but whether that's worth it, that's up to you. It's a Raptor, but faster. There you have it.